School of Greek Dance and Culture.
Beloved supporters, as Australia's official representative Greek cultural institution, the Manasses School of Greek Dance and Culture has for almost 5 decades ensured that Hellenic identity, heritage and customs are presented, acknowledged and recognised with the prominence, dignity and respect they rightfully command. Preserve the past, perform the future. Since its establishment in 1979, Manasses has, through choreographic mastery and rigorous cultural stewardship, elevated Greek dance beyond its indigenous function as a social expression, positioning it firmly on the international stage within the mainstream field of performing arts. This evolution reflects neither departure nor dilution, but rather a conscious, disciplined extension of tradition, one shaped by necessity, environment, and the lived realities of the Greek diaspora. Tradition transformed. In 2024, the single most ambitious project in our school's history was realised: the entirely self-funded landmark journey of the Destination Patrida 2024 Greece Tour. An initiative which was officially recognised and endorsed by the Australian Government's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, through the Australian Embassy in Greece, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Greece, by the Office of the General Secretariat of Greeks Abroad and Public Diplomacy, and was acknowledged with the support and well wishes of the Primate of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of Australia. We are deeply humbled that this second instalment of our international project series, Destination Patrida 2026, The Next Chapter, has once again received formal recognition from the highest officers of both Australia and Greece, alongside acknowledgements from federal, state and local government representatives, opposition members and leading cultural institutions locally and abroad. Such acknowledgements affirm the cultural, diplomatic and scholarly significance of this endeavour. Authentic at heart, fearless in performance. In recognition of our contribution to the preservation and dissemination of our cultural identity throughout the diaspora, UNESCO's Council of International Dance will be formally inducting our dance school and participants as official members at a ceremony during its 64th World Congress of Dance Research, hosted at the famed epicenter of Greek dance, the Doris Stratou Dance Theatre in Athens. To date, we remain the only Greek dance cultural organisation to have received such recognition nationwide. First and foremost, we extend our sincere gratitude to the thousands of students and families who have passed through our studios since our establishment. They are the foundation of our ever-growing dance family and the reason this lifelong passion has become our life's work. As a private dance school, Manasses is not eligible for government or community grant funding. Everything we have achieved has been made possible solely through the generosity of individuals and businesses within the private sector. We therefore express our deepest appreciation to our benefactors, sponsors and supporters, both in Australia and Greece, whose belief in our vision has helped bring this dream to life. Embedded in tradition, raised for the stage. The necessity of such initiatives is clear: honouring heritage, preserving identity, advancing culture. With each successive generation born outside of the homeland, the diaspora inevitably confronts the erosion of intangible cultural wealth. Yet, what endures, resilient and unwavering, is the longing for return, the vision of homeland, and the traditions entrusted to us by our forebearers. Though we, as descendants of Greek migrants who were not born in Greece, nor raised within its agricultural core, continue to live as an extension of our indigenous land wherever we reside. Melbourne, notably, stands as the third largest city in the world, following only Athens and Thessaloniki, an extraordinary testament to the scale, vitality, and responsibility of the Greek-Australian community. From village square to centre stage, our ancestors did not seek a ready-made Greece elsewhere. They built one through sacrifice, perseverance, and faith. It is through them that our traditions and cultural consciousness were transmitted, and for this we owe an immeasurable debt of gratitude. Honour the roots, ignite the stage. From a cultural and dance perspective, the foundations were once modest. Regional folk dances experienced socially rather than performed. The transformation of this foundation into a structured, performative, and internationally respected discipline is attributed, above all, to the vision of our school's founder and former director, my father, Alkis Manassis. An entirely self-taught master whose profound reverence for traditional folk dance led him to develop a pioneering methodology for preservation through evolution. Equal recognition is credited to my mother, Sylvia Manassis, whose immeasurable contribution includes the handcrafting of hundreds of traditional costumes that form the Manassis collection, garments that continue to be worn today and remain integral to our artistic identity. Folklore in the heart, fire in the spotlight. Through perseverance and vision, Manassis never wavered and rose to a level of artistic and cultural distinction unparalleled by any other Greek dance organisation in the diaspora. For us, Greek dance is not a relic of a bygone era. It is a living, evolving continuum. Tradition in our steps, art in our flight. Our pedagogical framework is anchored in authenticity, drawing as closely as possible from the original sources of each dance. Advances in technology and global connectivity have strengthened our engagement with leading researchers and instructors in Greece and beyond. Students are immersed, firstly in the breadth of regional folk repertoire, essential for genuine social participation. A process which is not merely instructional, but the very mechanism through which intangible cultural heritage is transmitted intergenerationally. We dance the roots, we command the stage. When dance is presented on stage, we assert that it necessarily transcends beyond its social origins, requiring a language that speaks universally. In the diaspora especially, formal representation demands clarity, impact, and artistic distinction. Our response is a dynamic fusion, centuries-old traditions combined with 21st century additions. Artistry, choreography, endurance, theatricality, discipline. What we have created matters far more than rigid conventions of the industry. Authenticity remains central, but authenticity without relevance risks stagnation. Evolution is not betrayal, it is survival. To deny this is to dress hypocrisy as virtue. Tradition lives, performance elevates. While we retain the capacity to present a simplistic, authentic, traditional format across the events on our tour, we preference to pay homage to the mechanism with which generations in Australia have and continue to be inspired by. Our aim for every fellow dancer or instructor has never been unanimity or conflation in philosophy, but coexistence. The recognition that multiple methodologies, ideologies, and expressions can and must exist, united by mutual respect, particularly those in the antipodes, where every effort contributes towards a shared objective. The preservation of our uninterrupted, indigenous, and multi-generational identity, which we are all so blessed to inherit and duty-bound to pass on. Therefore, as we prepare for this defining next chapter, we do so with immense pride and emotion. The acceptance of our invitation by the cohort affectionately known as the Dream Team and their families is a profound honour. Their unwavering loyalty, discipline, trust, and shared belief in our vision embodies everything Manassas represents. In addition, for the first time in our history, the three surviving generations of the Manassas family will journey together, with my father, my children, and myself participating side by side in this historic tour, where tradition dances and art takes flight. From mid-June to mid-July, our infamous Dream Team will spend an entire month in Greece, travelling, performing, and immersing themselves in a bespoke cultural, spiritual, physical, and psychological multifaceted program years in the making. Ancient pulse, modern fire. Through Destination Patrida, this team will assume the responsibility of formal cultural representation, living links in an unbroken chain of intangible cultural heritage, preserved and transmitted some 15,000 kilometres from our Πατρίδα. We seek your prayers and ask for God's protection over our dancers throughout this tour, for their health, fitness, well-being and safety abroad, and that we may return safely to Australia with hearts and souls full of cherished memories, and as always, with a handful of earth from our homeland. We anticipate this defining moment and the realization of undertaking a life experience of this magnitude, so that we may write in golden letters another chapter in our shared history and in the ongoing mission of preserving and celebrating our heritage. We are and remain eternally grateful for your support in bringing this dream to fruition. May this journey be yet another of many to come. Beloved homeland, we're coming.